Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League match. Today is concluding week number 3 with match number 15 here with our Lorwyn pool. When we finish this match, we'll be 2/3 of the way done with this pool and halfway done with the league entirely, if all goes well, if we continue to win. We've got a Jund-ish pool here, mainly black-green graveyardy value with Dundul and Weavers, and lots of rares, mainly splashing red for some bombs and some removal. Feed the Flames, Soul Immolation has won us some games, so has Figure of Fable, so has Bitterbloom Bearer. The deck, if it doesn't draw its rares, is usually not very good. If it does draw its rares, can be very potent. We've had a pretty decent run this week, struggled in week 1. We're going to see if we can close it out this week with another hot streak. Here is where we currently stand among the standings. We are in 14th place out of the 230-ish members of the league. You can see the top 11 creeping over into our side to cover the top 14 there. We have a record of 9-5 and a pretty good opponent match win percentage to boot to help us out in that respect. We've had a pretty good week so far at 3-1, and we're hoping to continue that here today to make sure that we can, if we do win this, we do jump up into probably 4th place as it currently stands. So we can kind of move our way up. A loss does drop us a little bit, but let's see if we can get the win against Ethanndow, who has a record of 4-7 so far this league, in 159th place, and their Lorwyn pool has them going 2-4 so far. And their deck is a 4-color, no black deck. 4-color good stuff. And boy, is there some good stuff you will see here shortly. Now with Ethan, their lifetime AGL record is 60-76 with a win percentage of 44%. Mine is up there, approaching 56% now with our win yesterday. And this is actually our 3rd match against Ethan, and Ethan has swept me. So even though their overall win percentage is below 50, they're currently up on me 2-0. So what does that say? Is that Ethan is a pretty good player against me specifically for sure. Now in badges, they don't have any badges yet, as it is just a few leagues in for them as well, but I've got that 1 finalist and 1 additional top 16 badge to my name. So, 7 losses to 5 losses. Got a few more packs over there. I'll be calling out some cards that you will become to know very shortly here in this match that have come from a lot of those comeback packs. But without any further ado, let's get into game 1. Okay, we get to start on the draw here. Now we're on the draw, so potentially could draw into green. We've got the Elm on 3, Feed the Flames as well, double red for... It's really slow. If the Elm dies and doesn't get to kill something, it's not very good. It's very risky, but potentially could pay off. I think I'm gonna risk it because we do have a creature that can get bigger and kill something. 2 removal spells here. Green opens up the hand. I think I'm gonna risk it. That does help quite a bit as long as it does survive. So I think the Wickermaw off the top is pretty good for us here. I have almost all of our red cards here now. Surveil, I don't think I need a second black here. Would rather find green. Blue and green so far. Double Oko Lorwyn Liege. I don't even know what that card... Oh my goodness. There's double Soul Immolation in their pool. There's the red. And there's the Lorwyn. The Oko, I mean. Okay, yeah, here we go. Welcome to the portion of the league where things start getting more and more difficult as players have better and better pools here. So... pressuring Oko would probably be pretty good, but the problem is, what does it even turn into? Oh, the other side, they just get to flip it and make 2 3/3s? Yeah, that seems fair. So next turn, pay a mana, flip it, go to 1, make 2 3/3s, and then flip it again, plus... Okay, that's pretty good. I could be pretty off curve here, play Battler. Otherwise, I could play Druid, next turn play Battler and Elm. None of this pressures Oko, which is the problem here, so I'm a bit worried. But I kind of have to get my mana situation underneath me here, and Oko's probably just going to run away with this game, I would think. There's the 2 3/3s. Okay, getting the mana situation under them. At least I have a creature that can potentially block it. Currently still need lands off the top. I don't know how to get through to Oko right now. This is going to be too difficult, I think. I guess this with removal spells can potentially get us there. Maybe. But by then they're going to have 2 more 3/3s, so I don't even know. Okay. Oh, gains all creature types. What are they doing with that now? Yeah, turn 3 Oko. Who knew? Pretty good. Total of 5 mana. I could just play Pummeler for hire here. I can't do this plus Grub. I don't have a Goblin in the graveyard. So I think I just play Pummeler. But I, again, still can't pressure Oko, so... Watch them flip it, make 2 3/3s, kill Oko, and play the other one here. That would be... That would just be unfair. Okay, to the other side. Make 2 3. What's gonna happen? Here comes the other one. Yeah, they have 6 mythics in their pool, so this is going great. Still stuck on 5 mana. Can't double spell at all, so I mean I can kill the Wayfinder, but that doesn't really do much for me. I can play Grub. I mean, they just have so many 3/3s here. I need to find my own Soul Immolation, but they're probably going to find one of their 2 before I do. This is insane. Oh, what am I supposed to do here? Just hold up, feed the flames, I guess? I mean, I don't really know. They have a mirror form as well. Prideful Feastling, sure. I guess I can kill that thing. It does attack profitably into what I've got going on here. Midnight Tilling could find something here. Let's see. Green, black. I might just need a land at this point. I found one, so I guess I'll just take it. Still have 4 mana. Did I hit a changeling? No. Could play Grub and grow the Battler. I just don't know our way out of this game here, considering all the cards I know that they do have in their deck. Oh, sorry. I had a filter on. They actually have 7 mythics. Including Morningtide's Light. Okay, what do I do? I don't think I need to hold up removal necessarily, so I can just get my creature down. And then pass. And not exactly sure what I'm doing. Okay, there's a Feastling. We just need like a flyer maybe? But with double Soul Immolation, I don't really know how this can end up particularly good. What are those doing here? And why are they attacking? There's a lot of things that this could be. Damage base removal after combat here. There's a Tweeze that can knock something down. I think because I tapped out of removal, I'm not going to block here. They don't have an instant, though. So what could it be that's a sorcery? Soul Immolation to finish off my board. If I do block with these two, that seems more likely. They would just have to do it for like 2 to wipe basically everything. Yeah, I'm thinking it's Soul Immolation here, so I just don't know what to do about that. So I'm just gonna let it hit me for now. Well, that is something that can get around Soul Immolation. I mean, it won't get around Soul Immolation. They would have to use it on this to knock things down. I think flipping this is probably still good for me, though. They don't have an instant. I have 5 mana. I could attack here. Make a blighted token of Pummeler for hire, gain a bunch of life. Of the blighted creature, so I'd have to blight onto that. There's a lot going on here considering I think they have Soul Immolation in their hands, so I'm just not sure how to play around it here. Yeah, I just don't, because I want to get Bitterbloom Bearer down, I think. Yeah, so I don't... I can knock that thing out and then still do Bitterbloom Bearer. This wouldn't let me hold up removal. It also makes my creature a little bigger against Soul Immolation here. Alright, again, if they attack with 2 3/3s, I probably block with the Druid. Okay, at this point, I kind of have to block with a lot of things. Alright, they're gonna... just gonna wipe, like, my whole board. So this here, all they have to do at this point is Soul Immolation for 1, and then they get most things here. But it does kill 3 of their stuff, so in that case, do I let this one through? I expect Soul Immolation here. This... they'll do it for 1. I could pump that up to 5, but that would make the bearer die here. This does trade a bunch of things. I could trade that. This kills all of their stuff. They have to Immolation onto that. It would wipe the rest of my board, probably. 1, 2, 3. All of this would be gone. They'd be left with a 1/2. I'd have an 0/4 and a bearer and 2 removal spells. There are worse things just to get it out of their hand. No, because if they do it for 1, Grub's going to die anyway, so I kind of do want to get rid of that thing. Okay, so... let's go ahead and force it. I'll have Bearer on their end step here. But then... I'll still have 2 removal spells for the next biggest thing. They did it for 3. Interesting. Sure. Yeah, so they killed their creature. Okay. Now we just got to rely on our removal, I guess. Do they have an instant flyer here in blue, green, and white? Instant speed. They have Glenalendra. So the answer is yes. So that way I could kill it with Blight Rot. They also have Flock Imposter. Okay, so if it's Glenalendra, I can kill it with something here. So let's attack. Have them flash in Flock Imposter. We'll go ahead and get rid of it. And then Resolve, still hold up Feed the Flames here. And we're kind of all in on the Bearer here now. And that kind of makes us the Bearer go bye-bye. Yeah, this is a tough deck to fight against here. I think I'm willing to wait on Gloom Ripper. Rather than just trying to pressure their life total, I'm willing to see if this can take down an X2 at some point if they play something. I can hold up Flames in the event that they play a bigger thing. That doesn't do it. Yikes. Where did that come from? Spinerock Tyrant. Oh, I read it as 2 Immolations because they have the same mana cost. It's a Spinerock Tyrant. What is this deck here, man? I'm 1 mana away from being able to do both of these things. But I can block and then kill the Spinerock Tyrant with the 1/1, I guess? I don't know, there's so many insane cards coming out of their hand. Do another Mythic, I dare ya. Play Catharsis. Yeah, I mean, Flyer's still pretty good. Okay, this can do this for 4 now. 4 is not good enough just yet to kill that, so I think I'm still going to hold off. Draw some more cards. This deck is insane. It's working out, that's for sure. Yeah. Do I have enough mana? I don't think I do because it becomes a shapeshifter. Does this count only creatures? Number of elves you control. I don't think it does count only creatures. Yeah. Okay, so this will work. Okay. That did get rid of their thing here. Got a little bit of pressure. I don't know what they could have. They're not playing anything. I mean, they had 4 cards in hand, no instants. I just gotta, like, go for it, I guess. I'm on a 2-turn clock. They're not playing anything, so I don't know what this could be. Yeah, that does mess up my current situation. Hexproof and indestructible. There's a chance I could flash this in on end step and get in for enough damage. Depends on if Runaway Together is going to be cast or not. I don't really have attacks, obviously, into a 6/5, so no attacks. Yeah, they didn't want to get Gloom Ripper to kill a thing back, so this might work. I don't really need the Druid on the battlefield necessarily. If they just replay this, and this is probably okay. Okay, just a land. Alright, if they just pass, do we go for it? This is lethal if they have nothing. They have proven they haven't really had anything before, so I'm gonna go for it. Alright, they have an instant now, unfortunately. Yeah. I think that means I can't go for it now. Considering they could have something. They didn't have anything before. Let's see if they get... If I go to combat and they... Do they get priority if I play Druid here? Let's see. Yeah. So I can't risk attacking. Which means I just have to figure a Fable and then see if that does anything going forward. Alright, what do they have now? Glenalendra. Okay. That must have been the top deck, because they weren't doing anything. Or they were just... Because they weren't getting priority, even, on my turn. And that does it. Yeah. Morningtide's Light. How many Mythics did they play? All of them? Most of them? Brutal. Okay. We almost turned the corner there. I think they just top-decked the creature that got them out of it when I decided to play. I went for it, and it didn't work out, because they top-decked Glenalendra, and I went for the lethal, and it's unfortunate because of the top deck there, but I did have lethal. So what do I do against this? Is there a card in the pool that says exile all mythic rares from your opponent's deck? I'm not sure there is. In fact, I don't think there is. So what do we do about that? The answer is not a clue. Yeah, I don't know. Just do not know. There's not a lot of good artifacts, enchantments. I mean, there was the one enchantment removal. There is a sapling nursery. Lots of Spiral into Solitude. Seems like white was just kind of a splash for a couple of cards there. Yeah, for like removal spells. So, mana base is a little questionable, but it worked out. So just don't know if there's any good plan I can have against something like that, except for them to kind of stumble on mana. Could try to get out ahead of it with like more aggressive creatures, but I'm just not sure that's much better. Could play like 4/2 tramplers, but that didn't seem super great. Yeah, okay. I don't really know. Deck has me stumped, that's for sure. Okay, so now on the mulligan, keep the 6 and put back... I mean, we can get down Bearer here on turn 4. Turn 2, play Wickermaw. turn 3 cycle for a black. I mean, this is going to kind of have to be our game plan here. It's not looking great, though. That's for sure. Oh, another double black card. Sure. Ashling. Rares.deck. Gotta go get a black here. Oko? No. Card draw. Into card draw. Into bomb rare that I don't think they'll be able to cast next turn, so at least there's that. Gonna be interesting to choose which land I get with that. I think I'm gonna get Bearer here down on their turn. Oh no, maybe they can cast it. It's not even great on this board right now because I forgot about... Yeah, if they play a land, they could cast it here. Okay, sure. Goodness gracious. Yep. Immolation doesn't do anything here. I mean, it does, but I can't deal 6. So we're just going to die to Mythics.deck. This is just annoying to play against here. Double white. What's next? Morningtide's Light? I don't know. Catharsis? Okay. Sure. Still doesn't quite let me do anything, but whatever. I mean, next turn I can Abigail onto the Stoic Grove Guide and then be attacking with a life-linking flyer, assuming I'm not dead. Chucking the removal. Who needs that? Tweeze. Alright, so they're killing 1/1s. I'm dead here. Kept the other cards. I'm sure they're pretty good. I mean, it trades for Tyrant. I can get it down, I think. So if I do this on Grove Guide, this for blue. Soul Immolation still doesn't let me kill the Tyrant. Lets me kill the rest of the board. I have to block, right? I'm sure they have some sort of trick, but I kind of have to block. No? Okay, sure. Now what? A way to get it back? No? Okay. Can I wipe the board now, or is there still shenanigans that could happen? I think Glenalendra is a possibility. Disruptor of Currents is also in the pool. We haven't seen that yet. Why wouldn't that come down? Mirror Form is in the pool. They would have done that last turn on the Tyrant, though. We've seen Run Away Together. There's a lot of things this could be. I don't see counter spells, though. So I could Blight 4 onto the Wicker Maw. Keep my things. Wipe their board here. And I think that's kind of important to try to do right now, because if this goes away to some removal spell, then I won't have the toughness to be able to kill Catharsis as well. Might be better to put it on Abigail. I'm not sure. They could have Glenalendra here to counter this. And this is an additional cost. Let's put it here. Maybe it is Glenalendra. There it is. At least Glenalendra doesn't block the Grove Guide, though, so that is something. Okay, we've somehow come back, but they still have about 8 cards that are Stone Cold Bombs they could draw. Now they're doing green. There's Oko.
More than a thorn in your side.
Yeah.
Check your ego.
I can do both of these. I can't then still hold up safe right here. I could attack just for some lifelink. They're going to flip that, make 2 3/3s probably. Maybe not. They could just keep giving it -2, -0. That's still pretty good for them. They're out of cards in hand, though. So if they don't flip it and just keep giving this -2, -0, something I can do is give it hexproof and then be able to attack, but choose a creature type. You get an emblem with creatures you control the chosen type, get +3/+3 and have hexproof. Well, if that does end up happening, that would just not be good. So, do I attack to gain life or just hold it back? And I'm just going to hold it back. No elves in the yard. This won't grow. Is it better to just hold up safe right here? It's possible it is. Continually shrinking this is pretty annoying. Chose not to flip Oko. I think they're just going to continually shrink my 5/4 here. Chose not to discard a card either. If I flash out Safe Right, it takes my whole turn to do it, and I only have a 4/2 up. It does give hexproof though, but I think I can. If I wasn't gonna do this, why did I not play Safe Right? I guess is the question, and I don't know the answer to. Okay, I think I might have just messed up by not playing Safe Right, but oh well. One, two, three, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have 2 green, so I can use Safe Right. I can do all of this here. I can't really let that get to 6. Notably, they kept something in hand, and it looks to be an instant. It's probably mirror form at this rate. Don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't know. Do it with the elf here.
What a lovely look on
What does that get back here? I mean, this is flipping, and it's giving a an emblem here now, and pretty much no matter what I do, I can attack with a lot of things at it. I don't know if they have something in their hand that can mess with that, but I have to try to get it down somehow, I think. So let's try to pressure it, I guess. They could double block and kill the Eulogist without anything happening. They can double block and take down Safe Right. They can not kill the Grove Guide, and they can double block and take down Feardock Core here. I probably have to get Wildvine Pummeler back. So unless they're willing to chump with Glenelendra, this will hit for 5, but I think I need to try to get it down as low as I can right now. It's been a tough match to play. Yeah, so they did do that. Okay, I got Oko down, but at the expense of a couple of creatures. I hope that means they don't have the other one. If they do, I'll cry. I could take the safe right. It protects some things. I could also get the Pummeler, which is just a nice big beater on this board. They could triple or double block and stuff. I could take the Zealot, but that doesn't have any sort of evasion. The safe right, I can't do it this turn. So if this is Oko, then we're kind of back where we were. Six, 5. Oh my goodness. 6/5 Trampler is pretty good. Okay, I don't know which one I should technically get back there, but trying that out for size. Okay, rummaging a land, playing a land, passing. No plays. Okay. Can't do both of these things. Let's see if they get priority if I go to combat here. They could have removal for this. They have an instant of some kind. But I think I have to force their hand on this one. If they do have a way to get rid of this thing. No? Okay. Alright, let's try it then. Flock Imposter returning Catharsis. Yep. They could have double blocked that down, I guess. And I could have only killed one of them. That could have worked pretty well. But here comes Catharsis again. Why play against, like, 8 mythics when you can play against 9? Take down my 5/4, yep. Here we go. Maybe this dissuades a double block here, but I doubt it. Yeah, okay, go to damage. I think I'll kill the flyer. I could have gained an extra 2 life by playing this pre-combat, but I didn't want them to see kind of what I had necessarily. So where are we now? Just kind of a board stall, and their card quality is better than mine, so probably not in a great spot. Dumping Oko. Wow. Okay. So if I attack with a 4/4, a 4/4, and a 5/5, they can kind of take down a lot of it, but I mean, it starts to whittle down the board a little bit, and I think I need to push a little bit here. I think I need to take down the flyer. That way Abigail can start attacking. So let's go to damage and actually, yeah, take down... Yeah, take down Flock Imposter here. They go to 3. We got nothing. No plays. Sure. I can attack with the core again. They would probably double block here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take down Catharsis potentially. I think they do have an instant now, it looks like. Kind of too tired to figure out what it is. There's just so many options. Okay. Two-turn clock currently, at the very least. I mean, they're kind of going through their whole deck here. With Ashling flipping and rummaging and all sorts of stuff like that too. There's still plenty of rares we haven't seen. There's removal spell. Yep. Oh, man. I mean, I can kill the Catharsis. It doesn't really solve my issue of being able to attack. I mean, I can technically, like, kill the Wayfinder, attack with a 2-2 that they don't have good blocks against, but then the next turn they're just going to hold up a 3-4. I could put them a little bit lower down to 2 life. I mean, I can leave myself with the 1-1. This could trade, that could trade. It's fine, I guess. I guess conversely, if I attacked with both right now, they'd probably double block the 2-2. Then I would have to Cinder Strike Catharsis down on my Weaver, which would basically leave Ashling as the only creature left. Also, conversely, I could kill Ashling to stop kind of rummaging through their deck here. There's a couple of options. Catharsis is the biggest roadblock for my attacks, but in order to get rid of it, I have to kind of blight down one of my creatures. I don't know what's correct here, technically. If I get rid of Ashling and attack with both, it basically trades this for that. And puts them to 2. And I have this and they have these 2 things left, and then I'm just hoping on the top of my deck here. Okay, left with the 2-2. I think I'm going to hope I can find an answer to Catharsis at some point, or find a creature that's bigger, rather than having them keep rummaging cards away with Ashling. Okay, now it's a top deck war. If I can find removal for Catharsis, I have a good attack. Okay, they drew a non-land. Oh my goodness. How about a third Catharsis? In the same game. I'm not sure I've ever had a league match go like this before. This is actually kind of insanity. Well, that's the reason I kept playing forests, is in the event that I drew figure here. And I think I can turn it straight into a 7/8 right now. Question is, do they have removal in response? No, looks like they don't. Do I have enough? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This costs 4 plus... Yeah, I do. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Is this enough? That doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. That might do something, I don't even know. That's right, they had Morningtide's Light. That's my fault. I haven't played against that card very much, so I couldn't really remember what it did. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me here. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Don't know how we got back on that one. This feels like a finals match, like for all the marbles to win the whole league or something. This is kind of insane. What can we do against this? I mean, we didn't sideboard last time. Is there anything better to sideboard with? We saw just one more liminal hold, I think. 2 liminal holds, so maybe a Chomping Changeling is worth it. Is that better or worse than anything we have? Oh, well, it's gonna have to be. Okay, well, let's bring in a Chompling Changeling. Oh, there we go, okay. And bring out... I probably have to keep anti-sentences and use this to get a card out of their hand here. Eulogist just seems like whatever in this matchup. Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay. Here we go. Round 3. Maybe my recording will cut off because I've hit too large a file for this, but we're gonna try it out. Not great, but we do have a cycler here, so we can get rid of... The Weaver's not outstanding right now. I do like the Fear-Dock core. So I'm gonna get rid of Weaver. Okay, blue-white did find the green. I still think I cycle. Do I get the second red for Soul Immolation here? Just in case the Fear-Dock core gets killed by their artifact removal. I think I'd like to try to ramp a little bit here. Got a nice little combo with Elm taking down their creature and then Soul Immolation blighting back onto the Elm. No plays. So playing Elm here means I can't also play Blightrot. I could just hold up Blightrot. I could hold up Fear-Dock core blocking, but I don't think I would take that route. I just hold up Blightrot here. Next turn I can Elm and then potentially use it if they play an X2. Okay, got rid of the Glenalendra at the very least. What's next? Nothing. No plays, you say. Alright. I'll pass. Next turn I could animate Fear-Dock core and play Weaver to get back Kolrath Zealot. It's a bit sketchy, but it's possible. Never mind, looks like Elm's going down here. Wow. That's some nice value, I would say. Get wrecked. There's Catharsis. Yeah, I just have to kill Catharsis. Next turn I can play Weaver if I draw another land next turn, Soul Immolation to kill their whole board of 1/1s. But they're probably going to drop some Mythic Dragon now too. No? Okay. I mean... I think I have to do that. It feels really bad. But sure. At least we're on even footing now. And again, their potential card draw quality is much, much higher than mine, so I'm kind of fighting a losing battle in the top deck war here. Okay, Oko coming down next turn.
You there. Entertain me.
In case I draw Figure of Fable, I guess I can get another green. So they flip this, they make 2 elks, and I've lost at that point. So, yeah. Well, I fought as hard as I possibly could, but there was really no way I was ever winning this match. I mean, this is just too... I don't know how this player is 4-7 on the league. Like, this is absolute insanity. But sure. Alright, let's concede on our turn here. The misery is over. Wow. Good luck in top 8, Ethan. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, happy to have that one behind me and hope to never experience that again in the history of the league. That was one of the more demoralizing losses I've had. And it took a long time to get there when we kind of knew the outcome from the beginning. So we dropped to 9-6. We finished our week in 17th place there with a 55% opponent match win percentage. Now, when the week actually ends, we'll probably fall down to somewhere in the 40s, if I had to guess, by the time all is said and done after week 3. Interestingly enough, the only league I finaled in before, I started 2-3, then I went 4-1, then I went 3-2. So we're following the exact trend of my previous final appearance. Only issue is now going forward, we have to finish the league 11-4, which is possible, but difficult. Finishing at 10-5 is much more reasonable had we gotten that win, but we were never winning that. So let's look at our comeback packs for today. We've got the first one. We have an unplayable mythic, and then what else do we have? Pummeler for hire, Tweez, Miss Meadow Council. If we're looking at our current Jund deck, I think Pummeler, Council, maybe we could fit in a Tweez, maybe a Midnight Tilling, depending on the build, is probably what go in it in our other Esper deck. This is now the multiple packs we've gotten where there have been literal 0 black cards. So not a single black card to be found. But we have white and blue over there as well, and I don't think any of the cards in this pack would make the cut over in our Shadowmoor pool. So what do we get in our second pack? Well, we get a black rare, but it's not a very good one, unfortunately, at least in League where it's harder to build around that. We've got Unbury, Bogslither's Embrace, Anti-Sentence, Scarblade Scout, Temporal Cleansing, Swat Away. There's actually some decent stuff here. But if I look at what would make my deck for my Lorwyn pool that I just played, the Unbury would, the Noggle Robber would, the Scout probably would, and the Embrace would. But if I look for what would make my deck in the Shadowmoor pool, I think we've got Unbury, Embrace, Cleansing, Swat Away, Sentence, Scout maybe. So I think there's more over there considering the other pack also wouldn't give anything to my Shadowmoor pool. So I assigned pack number 2, the one you see right now, to Shadowmoor, and pack number 1, the previous one, to Lorwyn. So let's finish here with a bit of a Shadowmoor deck build for next week. Now here's our Shadowmoor deck that we were playing. We've got a bit of an Esper build, kind of splashing black for some removal and good rares here as well. Didn't really get to add a lot to it this week, but we kind of knew that going in because I think this deck performed, well, I know it performed a lot better than our Lorwyn deck. So I think the other one needed more help. We've got a lot of removal here. These are all the new cards I could potentially think about adding. So we're going to kind of see which ones we want. We've got Scout. I think I could put that into the sideboard. Don't think this is the kind of deck that necessarily want that. Swat Away seems pretty good. Cleansing is a little clunky unless you're dealing with a lot of big stuff necessarily. I think I do like Protective Response. That seems pretty good. Unbury seems good. Embrace is good. Sentence I mentioned is probably good. Sentinels. And these Preachers, that was like my last add last time, so I think I could probably throw those into the sideboard. So now I'm looking at 6 cuts from here. What would kind of be best practice as far as cuts from here? We've got lots of removal. think this deck, it probably has enough removal. Probably don't need a scrap compactor because of what we have now and what we were able to add to it. I think the cleansing is good, but doesn't permanently answer it. Neither does Swat Away, notably, but it is an instant, which I think makes it better. Got card draw. I think the Sentinels might be better out of the board here. If I'm playing a more aggressive matchup, there's lots of non-creatures. I think I like Anti-Sentence in the main deck. Technique was pretty good to be able to hold up as an instant to protect some of my creatures that aren't... Like, my creatures aren't anything special, but like when I have so much interaction and card draw and card advantage, they just get the job done. Do I want to cut anything from down here? Again, I think the Sentinel and maybe like Thought Shucker are on the chopping block. What about from the non-creatures here? This one, the Radiant Strike, was actually pretty annoying to play with last week because lots of, like, it doesn't do anything against vigilance creatures or anything like that. So I think that might actually be more of a sideboard card here. Let's see what else. Potentially Lightfoot Technique. Dragonstorm was just fine. I think Unbury is going to be pretty good to hold up here. So maybe something like... I really did like Technique last week, though. So definitely one Sentinel. I can probably cut 2. I do like it, though. It just puts up an early roadblock and draws a card when it dies. I mean, that's just pretty good. Should Anti-Sentence come out of the sideboard? I mean, we have so much removal. We probably should do that. And then I keep coming back to this Sentinel here, I think. So now the mana situation, how can it kind of... I mean, this is all it gives you. So this is the amount of spells, 15, 12, and 9. With that number of pips, 15, 12, 9, 10, 7, 5. This would be 10, 8, 6, or I guess 11, 9, 7 currently. That seems pretty good. Yeah, 11, 9, 7 mana base, I think, works out here. We do have the one Wayfinder and the Fear-Dock Core to help out with that. No additional fixing necessarily. And I guess this is where we can run for next week. Just looking at the sideboard to see if I missed anything. There's a Patchwork Banner, but this isn't that kind of deck. There's lots of Eclipsed cards, but the Flamekin and the Elf I don't think do what we want in this deck. Let's see what else. Duelist, but this isn't too much of a Merfolk deck necessarily. In fact, it's a 0 Merfolk deck, 2 Shapeshifters, so that doesn't exactly do what we're looking for there. There is Sidisi. I did forget about Sidisi. I think Sidisi might just be good enough to be running. In fact, I think I'm going to try it. But then what would I have to cut for that now? Like a Thought Shucker? Sidisi could provide slightly more card advantage than that. It just, this doesn't get us a ton of things out of the graveyard, but it's probably a removal target from your opponent. And you know, it can turn one of these into a grass play. You can turn one of these 2-drops into a Glenalendra or a Lamenter or something like that, which could be pretty good. So, seems okay. Potentially just better than a random Thought Shucker. So, yeah, alright, let's do that. That's where we will end up here now. And, alright, finish the week 9 and 6. See if we can do any better next week. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.